One. What's going on, folks? Welcome to 34 Questions. Tonight, I have a very special guest. Maithan Saludo is in the building. How you doing, Maithan?
I'm doing pretty good. Just recently finished my class and went straight to this podcast.
For sure,
I
man.
love the opportunity, and I'm glad to be here.
Definitely appreciate your time, man, and your openness to share your story. For the folks out there who are unfamiliar with the flow of the show, we do some intro questions, some warm-up questions just to set the tone of the conversation. I have some icebreakers thrown in there just for fun, and then we move on to the main portion of the interview where you choose a number between 1 and 34, and we'll get conversation rolling that way. Sound good to you, man?
Yup, most definitely.
For sure, man. Well, my very first question for you is, how have you been? It's been bananas. It's crazy times for everybody right now. But how you been? You've been doing well? You've been going through it?
Yeah, most definitely. With me, it's been about 6 months, and actually 7 months and 1 day since my brother passed away. So it's been like really, really tough. I've been very kind of antisocial. But also, took time to myself, find that self-love for me, my family, and be blessed for everything I got in this world. But overall, I'm doing great. I'm very happy, and I'm blessed for everything that lies ahead, whether it's challenges, hurdles, or just blessings that, just comes up in my life.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Just wanted to shout out to Matt one time.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yeah. Is that the picture of him right there next to you? Or?
Yeah, so a little bit about that is that whenever I do school, everything involving school, I even go here just for meditation, I do everything in his room. For me, and I can share this to everybody who's watching this, is that he was actually supposed to graduate this semester, and he was supposed to go to SF State, start in the spring, and we were actually going to go separate paths. I personally go to CSU East Bay right now, so for me, it was one of the goals that I set, and I have high standards, especially to achieve that goal, is to graduate for behalf of me and him and for my family. So me, I'm just staying strong with that, and I always just do schooling in here and just anything else like meditation, because I feel his presence with me, and it makes me feel ordained to achieve our dreams.
For sure.
For the both of us.
I dig that, man, and thank you for sharing. That kind of just blew my mind. Yeah.
Yes.
But for sure, I know his spirit lives on within you, and hopefully, he'll probably come out during this interview as well, just through your answers.
You don't know. I'm feeling legit PGs right now, man.
For sure. Moving on to the icebreakers real quick. This first one is a one-word spelling bee. You down or you passing? How you feeling about it?
For comedy relief, yeah.
Okay.
We'll try. Yeah, we'll try.
All right, man, for sure. Your word is Caribbean or Caribbean.
Oh, damn. Oh, shit. Oh, I'm just gonna go fast because I know it's gonna be bad. Corrbean. No. Damn.
You only had one letter wrong. You only had one letter wrong.
Oh, shit.
So if you want to try one more time and try to switch up a letter,
no, I think I'm good. Good.
The
That's
correct.
a lot of letters in the alphabet.
I feel you, man. For the record, so just so you know, it's Caribbean. So you said it.
Got it.
You're close, man. The next one is a riddle. How are you with riddles?
Oh, I'm horrible. I'm horrible on riddles. For real.
You want to pass or you want to give it a shot?
Yeah, I'll pass. All
right, no worries. I can dig it, man. It's not for everybody. And yeah, I'm not trying to put anybody on the spot or nothing. It's all for fun. But all right then, we'll move on to some more warm-up questions. This next one is, what would you like the audience to know about you?
I know for me, it's actually a blessing to have this type of outlet to speak on. So I'm very thankful, especially for this opportunity. But one thing I kind of want to say, to the audience, that know me, know my brother, and just recently knew me. My friends in Pasta CSU East Bay. Um, what I want them to know is that this is me. This is the real me. But also, this is something that like I really want to do, just to put like my brother's story, but also his essence. Because I truly love my brother. I miss him every day. But also to show even to my family, even my family in the Philippines and stuff, that I'm okay. I'm doing well, and I'm dedicated, and I'm ready for what lies next, and I'm truly blessed for any opportunity that that I'm gonna do, and I'm just loving every second of it, just like right now.
I can dig it, man. I can dig it. Second question is, if someone were to pay you a tribute, how would you like to be honored? So if I was gonna tell myself today I'm gonna do something in honor of Maithan, what kind of act could I do?
Oh, like in a place or like individual, like
as an individual, like some people have told me,
okay.
You can write your favorite quote that I ever said and
Oh,
post
yes,
it on
sir.
the wall. Yeah.
Oh, yes, sir. I know with me, I always like eating out, you know. So, boba runs, like that would be perfect tribute for me. But also, how I personally live my life is just enjoying it, put your best foot forward and take any opportunity that you would get, and that would be the only greatest tribute that, anybody would give me, just to live their life, for themselves, but also try their best to achieve their dreams.
I got you, man. I got you. And now the people know, and hopefully they'll be able to honor you in somehow. My last question for you in this warm-up is, on a scale from 1 to 10, how well do you know yourself?
To be honest, I'm just gonna say this right now, since I recently lost my brother 6 months ago. I can actually say, I'm not gonna give it a perfect 10, but I'm gonna say a 9. Reason why I say that is because before actually my brother has passed, I can personally say it was like a 5, and now me seeing my, going through a tough time, being around family, but also just taking time for myself in solitude and just think things through, through stress, depression and all that. It brought out the best out of me, but also see some of my strengths and some of my weaknesses, and try to see how I can, adapt, and change it to make it a positive.
For sure. Would you say maybe, I don't know if this is the right way to put it, but a switch was flipped for you, since you went from a 5 to a 9
Yes.
during this time? Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
what kind of things came with that flip?
With that, I can personally say, how the switch totally flipped is that before even my brother has passed away, I always had struggles of actually with school. I was always somebody who was truly lazy into school, lacked motivation on education actually, and somebody who always was always there for people. I was always there for a lot of people, and I was just in a lot of toxic situations, and just especially learning from this, with everything that's happened, especially for me. I just know self-worth, my self-worth, but also my self-love, and I learned so much about my love for, my brother, I still have him with me all the time, every time I do school. But also the self-love that, I totally give out, to the individuals and people that truly, care about me. I give them the best that I can do, the effort, if they put in effort, I'll put in effort. So that's totally changed the switch.
I gotcha. What would you say is your favorite thing about your personality?
I can actually say spontaneous. From the people who have hung out with me a couple times, they just know I like going places, way too many places, and be going far all the way to San Jose, just to get some food, or Palo Alto, just to get some good ramen that I like. Shout out Ramanagi. Uh, but yeah, like just spontaneous, but also somebody who's truly caring. If you can put in the effort, to be there for me, I'll put in effort for you. But also, I want to see, each person that I try to meet. It can be only just for like 1 second. I want them to, just see like, dang, like he really wants to, see me achieve, but also he really, really wants to achieve himself. He wants to learn more about different individual stories, just like you are.
To bring that energy. No, I feel you.
Yes.
When it comes to the spontaneous, adventurous side, would you say that you were kind of born with it, or it was something you kind of like grew into or developed into?
You know what? I can actually say I always been doing that as a kid. Actually, like I know, especially like even shout out to like my cousins. All of them. They just know like I'm down to walk like an hour. All the way to Ceremony when I used to not drive, just out of boredom. Um, and then we would just end up like just planning. Hey, we should go to this place. We should go get boba. After that, we drive an hour later just for another place that we're just bored.
Damn, man, an hour to Ceremony? That's a crazy walk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I haven't done that walk, but I've definitely done like hour walks to get to one place to another just because you didn't want to take the bus or something. I remember those days. For sure, man. Well, we made it to the main portion of the interview where you begin choosing a number between 1 and 34. Which level would you like to start at? There's an easy, medium, and hard level. So which level would you like to go for?
I can say that we can gradually move up.
Okay, let's
we start low, then yeah.
All right. So at the easy level, which number would you like to choose?
24.
24 for sure. What do you love about your life?
You know what I love about my life, especially like I actually learned that, through my bereavement and grieving process, is that I only live one life. I only live one life that is truly, especially like with my brother, it's something that I'm truly blessed for. It's totally like, to me, people that know me, like I try to dictate my life as like a story, and I'm just the main character into it. And just knowing that, like, just in shows, especially anime, shout out to my anime lovers, like there's character development, there's hard times, and we grow from that. And with me, I just want to play my role as right now as a student right now, a family member, a loving cousin, a loving friend. And that's the best thing that as life treated me, with people that support me, people that I met, even through toxic, friendships and stuff. I'm truly blessed for them because it made me who I am today. And to me, it made me one of the greatest individuals that I personally am proud for. And my parents are proud for, and, my cousins are proud for, because they truly see like, wow, he truly flipped the switch, but this is not because I'm motivated for, my brother's story, that he didn't graduate and didn't go to SF State, and we weren't able to actually go separate paths. For the first time in life, I can like say it's just love. At the end of the day, it's the love that I have in embracing the challenge that lies ahead, but also really the love I have for my brother is truly the strongest thing, and that's why I'm blessed for just life, it's an opportunity, and that, that's the reason why I'm staying strong right now.
No doubt.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say is the name of your movie or your story that you're living out right now?
I actually don't have no name. But to me, I just say, like, I can say personally, even after my brother was grieving, even during the times after my brother was passed away, I always told people is that I'm gonna carry his legacy. It's the story of the baddest duo and his greatest friend, motivator, supporter, and that being my brother is somebody I want to, carry this legacy for and just live for and succeed for. But if I have to have a name, I know me and my brother also, we always had a song, that like we play all the time. Even before he passed, it was actually called "Me and My Brother" from Five, and that song is truly deep because the rapper actually lost his brother a few weeks. Then right after his brother has passed, he made that song, and that thing was just a hit. And like that was a song me and my brother always loved. But to me, to name it, the baddest duo, the baddest
duo.
Saludo brother duo.
For sure. I mean,
most definitely.
In my mind, I kind of thought of My Brother's Keeper or Brother's Keeper or something like that.
Oh, yeah, you'd be like that too. 100%.
No, that's just my. It popped up like while you're speaking about that. For sure. And oh man, I got lost in thought while you were saying that. But go ahead and throw me another number.
Oh yeah, we can go with 18.
18. What's the best performance you've ever witnessed? It could be a concert, play, could be a sports performance, a game that you was just like, damn, that was bananas. Yeah, the best performance you've ever seen.
We're gonna go IRL in real life. Me being in that moment was actually, I can say, was it Rolling Loud? Rolling Loud, I think that was 2018. That was actually Being Real, my first concert, my first like festival thing, and I actually was able to go with my brother, and it was his first like festival thing too, and we went with good family friends, shout outs to them, and just watching everything live, and it being, the first time, being in a festival in Oakland, Oakland Coliseum's parking lot, and it was just fire, it was truly an experience that, I'll never forget, because I just remember just seeing Juice WRLD for the first time, and like, he truly was like one of my favorite like rappers, like, truly like just 999, just reversing 666, and just meaning I want to see the best out of you, and I want you to show love, no hate. It's just something like was amazing, especially like seeing Travis Scott live, Kevin Gates live, like SOB live, it was good times, and I'm never gonna forget that, especially spending that with my brother and it being his first time, at a festival, and even mine too. I'm never gonna forget that moment.
For sure. Was that like a multi-day thing or just like one day? One big concert?
It was 2 days.
2 day? So
2 days.
Did you commute there? Did you take BART like back and forth to?
Yeah. So like we actually.
That must be crazy.
So we actually commuted. I just remember first. I think it was first day. We commuted all the way to like from Daly City BART all the way to past the Bay Bridge, and then we just Ubered to like my auntie's hotel, I believe. Oh no, that was the second day. But like the first day, we just met up with them, went to the hotel. But second day, yeah, we had a commute, and then but first night back, oh man, that was too wild. Like I had to wait like a good hour and a half just to get on BART.
Yeah.
And they were like, it was just so packed, so many people like, under the influence and just doing hella dumb shit, like it's crazy.
Pre-corona,
Oh yeah, pre-corona, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Man, I'm still trying to get back to that question that was in my head, man. If fucking sucks when that happens, but go ahead and throw me another number.
No, it's good. We can go 20.
20. What is something in your life you've taken control of?
Was it something in life that like I can like say I truly took in like care of and control?
Yeah.
Is self-love. And I know that's really a hard thing to like truly describe. But the reason why I feel like I taken like a lot of control in that is because, just with the grieving process for my brother, I really, really like thought everything through, about how much, I did for my brother. And of course, like during bereavement and stuff, like you would always have regrets. And like, even though this is very deep to bring up, like I truly had no regrets, with my brother. And everything I did for him, is I did everything, and being real, like, personal note, like every time I worked, it was always paychecks go to him. It could be 70%, like it would just be me treating him out, we having a lot of fun, getting some good food, but also with Jordans, shoes and stuff, I always gave it to him. I'm a truly selfless person. And with him not being here, I took it as something like truly hard to deal with, but also I just need to reset, take time for myself, but also realize I'm gonna just become the best individual of myself. Let me go take time to myself and find that self-love, find that self-worth, worth, and, try to be the best individual I can be.
For sure, man. It sounds, would you say you and Matt were like, had your guys' relationship was better than most brothers? Because not all brothers kind of get along, and it seems like you guys had some
like to go towards that. Especially me and Matthew, we did everything together. It can be sports, it can be just being at home, but also with schooling. Everything, especially my parents. Shout out to my parents. I love them so much. I know they're in the gym, getting that work in, you know what I'm saying? But with Matthew, everything I did with him, like I knew everything about him, even whenever he had stuff like he wanted to keep secret, he would still tell me. Of course there were stuff that, he didn't really, bring up with me, but we would always hang out every day. If he wanted to work out, he was coming with me. If I was going to go to a concert, he was going to come with me. If I'm going to hang out with a friend, he would always come with me, because we do everything together, and him not being here, physically, is hard, but spiritually, he's always here. Like just being in this room, I still feel him all the time in here. And I know he's like right behind me right now. Like he's like, "You're doing this podcast, bro. You're with Kuya right now. Okay." Yeah.
I would. I wish I had him on. It was one of those things with your bro too, man. He would reach out to me, and you talked about not having regrets. Yeah, you talked about not having regrets, but that's one of my regrets, to be honest, is that I didn't reach out. I didn't show that same reciprocity. He was reaching out to me, but I wasn't really in my space, to be honest. I wasn't reaching out to anybody. But now that I am, it really makes me feel like I had missed a chance. And I'll be real with you, man. Like, I wasn't doing this podcast a year ago until now, and I would say, you know, your brother is one of those reasons that really pushed me to start it, is because I just didn't never know when it's too late. You feel me?
Yeah.
So yeah, man.
Most definitely.
No,
being straight up, like, I appreciate it, you know, and then especially you even telling me, and that was like a few months back, like, you know, like, hey, you should do this, you know, like, I want to invite you for this, you know. I truly felt honored. And I know my brother, this is something I know he knows that I'll shine with. And him not being here, you know, hurts the most. But just knowing that I have this outlet, you know, even to just talk to you, is truly, you know, a blessing as itself. To me, a blessing of disguise. And even just having this podcast too, you know, hearing people's stories, and that's one of the greatest, you know, things that, you know, it truly like embodies so many things, you know, because you can't judge a book by its cover, you know. I know when people see me, you know, that they're just like, oh, it's just Filipino, you know, then they look at this podcast, they're just like, wow, I never thought this person, you know, was like this. This is how somebody's driven. This is how somebody is as an individual, but also this is how much, you know, love, you know, brings people together.
No doubt. And remember, man, the only person, like, I guess, whose opinion you need to be worried about is that, as far as how they see you, is your own. You feel me? Like, what do you see in the mirror? Because you can't really control how other people are gonna see you. Like, the judgments are gonna come, right? But
always.
But if you know who you are, those judgments don't even matter, because that's what it is. But and like you said, you're a 9, and that's a lot higher than most people out there. But yeah. For sure, man. Go ahead and throw me another number.
3.
3?
Yep.
3. If you were gonna get a phrase or quote or symbol tattooed on your body, what would you get?
Oh, I remember we were just talking about this. So for me, you know, if it was gonna be a phrase, I would just say love and gratitude. Easy. Love and gratitude. That was something very, very always mentioned during my brother's services. Basically how he lived his life. And something he truly embodied. To me, there's nobody who truly embodied love and gratitude. You know, he gave out a lot of love to everybody. He reached out to a lot of people, and even people that I was surprised he was really reaching out to, you know, and he put in the effort into that. In the gratitude side, he always enjoyed life. You would always see him smiling. You would always see him at parties, you know, for the Saludo family parties, you know, that boy was the heart of the party. He was always talking to all the uncles too. All the uncles. He wasn't like really like with, you know, the cousins all the time. He was always with the uncles. He was like their waiter, you know, when it comes to getting lasing, you know, like, Hoy, get the beer. Always do that. And if it's a symbol, you know, I would get, you know, it would be like a little heart, like right here, like a love and gratitude sign right here, for the same reasons that I have.
For sure. I'm kind of impressed by your your accent, man. Do you speak Tagalog or nah?
To be real with you, I understand fully. I actually kind of understand fully. Tagalog, I speak sometimes, but surprisingly, I can actually say Matthew actually spoke Tagalog pretty well for some reason. I don't know where. Yeah, I mean, the only reason I know Tagalog, like, understand it is, you know, too much DFC in the house, too much Showtime, Teleserias, you know.
Yeah.
Typical.
No, I'm the same way, man. I can understand, and I hope to learn one day. I mean, they say you just need to practice or like be in a situation where you're using it all the time. But it's good. I like to understand because now nobody can really talk shit about us unless.
Hey, that's what I like to hear.
Yeah. I'm gonna throw you a curveball right now, and it's gonna be a fill in the blank question. But for you, it is. I'm too old to blank.
Oh man, I'm too old to dance.
What do you mean, man?
Dude, I know. We Filipinos have, we got our dance moves on the side. I can say I do, but I know I'll get a lot of flack with this. I know I'm 25, but man, I feel like I got some bad legs.
Word, for real?
I feel like I got some bad legs. Oh wait, I really said I was 25. See, I'm forgetful. I'm 24. See, like, yeah, I'm too old.
Damn, man. I'm not a big dancer, bro. Like, I know Filipinos can dance out there, but I am not one of those Filipinos. I like to. I do the head bob. In the club. That's what and if I'm a little lit, then I'll put my hands in the air, or I'll start bending my knees. But nah, dancing ain't for me. But
no, I feel you. Yeah. Like, hey, going into that too. I know. My dad. He's basically the singer in the family, and it's really funny. I can actually say this happened recently, just yesterday, when me and my family went out to eat with some of my dad's coworkers. And my dad, I remember I just heard him, like, he was like, oh, yeah, was it Matthew was really good singing. Like, he was really, really good. But, Maithan here, he's really good. He just don't want to sing. And I'm like, yeah, I just don't want to. Then I'm just like, Dad, I can't. Like, are you? She's like, why do you think I can sing? Then he was like, because you have voice. You're in choir in high school. I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I do sing in the car, so I could say I practice a little karaoke in the car.
I mean, you feel like you got it like they did, or you being too humble? Like, how do you personally, if you're gonna say, how would you rank your voice? From 1 to 10, just give me 1 to 10 numbers.
1 to 10?
Yeah.
If I'm gonna compare it against my dad, he knows if I take this seriously, I'm like a 15 at least.
I got you. That's what's up, bro.
No, but 100%. My dad truly believes I can sing. I can say around like an 8.
For sure, man. For sure.
I can say like I'm a little confident in it. If he believes in it, cool. That's my pops. But yeah, I can sing. Sometimes.
I do the car karaoke. I do the shower karaoke all the time. I can't sing it for shit though. Like, ask anybody and everybody in my life. I am off key. I don't care. Like, in my mind, what I hear in my voice, in my head is like, oh, it sounds good. That's all that matters. But to everybody else, no.
You're following your own flow.
Exactly. But you know what? You say you're not a singer, but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a time in your life when that skill is gonna be useful, and it's gonna come up, and you're gonna be like, you might embrace it. Who knows? Yeah.
I feel like it is. It actually is.
I can dig it. Let's get back into some more numbers. You want to stay at the easy level, or you want to move up? How you feeling?
Oh, we go hard now.
Straight up to the third level?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead and throw me a number.
12.
12. Like, it could be both sides, and you could give me a percentage if it is. But are you your own best friend or your own worst enemy?
To be like, I can say it's a 50-50 actually, for me, because for me to say that, like 50-50, I would say present me right now, because I put a lot of like really, really, really high standards, especially like when it comes to schooling, and especially, to work hard for my family, but also for my brother, that is not here physically. Um, like I really, really put a lot of like high standards. Like me being my own best friend, I love myself. I put like really, really, high standards for life itself, but also I do I do say, that I am my best friend, because if I'm not my best friend, like I'm not is saying like I don't love myself. And I truly I truly think it's total 50-50 for me.
I got you. I got you. Thank you for sharing. And man, even for me, honestly, I don't think the self-love portion for me, I'm still working on. I don't think I'm there yet where I should be. But yeah, it's an interesting feeling. Like I'm unsure how to really go about it. But for folks out there who may be struggling with self-love, like, you got any advice for them?
Struggling with self-love, like this might actually be kind of blunt, but also like kind of real. With me, what kind of helped me, finding self-love is, like just being by yourself, taking totally time for yourself. And if it's just doing things that you like, not really, hitting up that much people, but also talking to like your real friends. The way I say that is like with me, I'm trying to build my dream team, the people that want to see me grow and they want to grow with me. And self-love is just doing whatever you believe in. It's hard to say. It's like taking risk. It's like taking a huge risk. I know when I lost my brother straight up, like I knew already that, everything's going to be hard. Everything's going to be hard. I have to accept reality, in from when he passed to now is totally different. But also like for me being honest, like I can personally say I wasn't like really that religious. But I always like now I've been like I can say like I always be like very religious and praying. I try to go church every Sunday, because I just want to count my blessings, because it made me who I am today. And just hearing more of my brother's story, when he was growing up, he had a bad heart, and that's really personal to like really, really say, but he gave us 24 years of his life. And he never took it for granted. He did everything he wanted to do. And I'll speak for him about that. It's just, for me, it's just finding, your place, your aura, your yen, around you, and just finding yourself with or without people. Even though, like, of course, we all want to talk to a friend all the time, like with me, I just took it day by day, step by step, and that's where I found my self-love. And, like to add on, like the last thing is just to embrace it all, embrace, that you're breathing, you're living, opportunities that you have, the people you have around you that truly love you and appreciate everything you do. And that's the one thing I can say, like, that helped me the most, like, especially with finding self-love.
For sure, man. For sure. Go ahead and throw me another number.
We can go 1.
1. what would you like to apologize for?
Ooh, this is deep. I like it. What can I apologize for? What I can say I can apologize for, especially like me looking in life, actually. For my brother, I'll actually say for that, even though he's not here physically. You know, what I can apologize for, especially, is, you know, knowing me, I'm very selfless. I'm very loving. I personally feel like I could have done more, especially for my brother. It doesn't mean materialistic things like money, but I feel like I could have, you know, just spend more time with him, be there, you know, for him much more, and like even saying this too. 2 days actually before he passed, you know, this is very personal, you know, I'll share it, is that me and him, we actually had an argument like a few weeks back, that he wanted to go Taqueria because I wanted to take him out. You know, I didn't talk to him for like a week, even though we live in the same household. But when we squashed the beef, it was actually, I actually remember telling him is that, or I even texted him like, hey bro, like I love you, bro. You know, I know you already know Matthew. We always fight, you know, but I want to understand you more. I don't want to understand what you like, your interests. I want to understand you, you know, you as the individual. What got you to this point? I want to know your story, you know, from your perspective, your life, you know. But, you know, even though he's not, you know, he really is not here. I can look at that and, you know, it can even be like very positive, you know, because it just goes to show how much love I have for my brother, and the opportunity that I have, that I got to CSU East Bay literally 2 weeks before my brother has passed. And my last photo with him was actually at CSU East Bay. That's the only photo that I have with him, being the last. It just goes to show, like, for me, I always say that, you know, my life's a story. It's planned for me. That's how I see it. But also, to me now, like even having this platform, but even like just talking on here, you know, it's a start. This is only the beginning of the story of how Maithan Saludo carry on the legacy of Matthew Saludo, his loving brother that passed away from a bad heart, but always had the biggest heart. Even though it wasn't the best, his heart was huge, and it influenced a lot of people. And I'm thankful for all those people that was a part of my life, you know, to this point, a part of my parents' life, and most importantly, my brother's life, because that's why I have high standards, because I really want to do it for them. But most importantly, I want to do it for this guy, you know? That's how much I love this dude.
For sure, man. First off, I just want to thank you for sharing that story. You know, man, like, so for me, I would say my only concern for you would be that you have like all this pressure to kind of, or you're putting this pressure on yourself to kind of, you know, carry the legacy on. And, you know, I'm not doubting that you can do it. I'm not doubting that you'll have it. But, of course, you know, from a person that is just observing and being a part of your life, that's the thing I'm concerned about, man, is like, I don't want you to feel like that pressure overtakes you or overwhelms you. So yeah, do you ever feel that way, or do you feel like it's just, you know, something, especially now that you have that flip switched, that it doesn't even feel like pressure, you know?
yeah, for me, to talk about that, a lot of people, I know, especially my parents, 100%, especially my parents, they already, they see that, I really do take this seriously. But, my parents, they're just like, if you say it, if you say it, you have to do it, you know? And does it like really bother me and stuff? Personally, it really doesn't. I know there are days where I do like, kind of self-doubt myself. Um, but for me, it's not on, on the hardships for me. It's more for the award of, really doing, adjusting, just the journey itself to do this for my brother is going to be a hard one. I thought of that through and through, especially with my parents. That this is going to be the hardest thing that I'll ever do. But with me, of course, there's self-doubt, but I have the family, I have the friends, I have you, I have a lot of support right now. Of course, it's the hardest because, I'm doing it alone now. I'm used to 24 years of my brother always, having my back, but I know him right now. He's hyped up for me. He's hyped up for me. He's hyped up for what lies next. And he knows I have that side of me where I just really want to do it. I'm always, I remember one of the sayings, especially when we actually got to the gym, always start going to the gym. He said, mate, if you ever take anything seriously, you're going to be the best version of yourself. Somehow, some way.
He said that.
You're going to be, yeah. It was like, you're going to take it. Yeah. He always was like that. He always hyped me up. The way I'm talking to you about my brother is actually the way he would talk about me. He would always be like, yeah, my brother's funny, he's crazy, but he has that side where if he flips a switch, he's really gonna do it. He's really gonna do it for everybody around him. No matter the pressure he has, it's for the love of just life, but the love of everything that got me to this point is my motivation right now. And Matthew was my number one hype boy. He still is.
No doubt. And honestly, the hype is like even more now because, when you're in your physical form, you could only hype so much. But then when you're in your soul form, it's like you hype all the time. So it's even more so now. For sure, man. Well, yeah, if you ever need reminders or, just to help keep things in perspective, just reach out. Because, I am super familiar with self-doubt. It's one of my best friends, you feel me? But,
no, I feel you on that.
I got you. Go ahead and throw me another number. Actually, I just want to let you know we got about looks like 10-12 minutes left in the podcast. Wanted to thank you again for stopping by.
Of course.
And yeah, man, sharing your story. I know you talked about a lot of deep stuff, so I know it's not easy, so definitely appreciate you sharing that story. And like you said, hopefully the folks that see this from your end now could kind of like you doing fine, and you just keep it moving. Go ahead and throw me another number, man.
We can go with 10.
10. What words do you need to hear?
What words do I need to hear? Me, I would say complimenting, not towards like physical, more like trying to like help you mentally. Like, like just the little things like, oh, you're doing well. Oh, like you seem happy. Those are the compliments that, that really, really like means the most to me. Something, the words that pertain totally mentally. Because for me, mental health especially is a big thing. It really is a big thing. And me going through a tough time in, my life, imagining other people going through that, like how they can react to that, is one of the toughest things. That's why whenever I do hear a compliment, especially like me reaching out to people, actually, like I just started that 2 weeks ago to like peers and friends, and they're just like, hey, you know what? Like, you seem hella happy. You seem like very motivated. You seem like everything's okay. And with me, I just tell them like, of course, if I think of it, if I truly believe that I can do something, anything's possible. And that's what I want everybody to know, is that, if you really put your mind into it, like, especially me going through a tough time, like, you can do anything. It doesn't matter if your goals is small or truly high. If you truly believe you can do it, if it's like go out to the gym like maybe a few times a week, or maybe, like maybe I'll try to meditate, just little stuff like that, maybe for 5-10 minutes. It can help you a lot. Especially with mental health, especially during COVID. Everybody's at home and, they're on their own, but yeah, like, words I truly want to hear is like stuff towards mental, because, physical, you can change that. But mental it's a battle. It's totally a bigger battle, because you're really on your own when it comes to your mentality.
Yeah, man. I'll tell you this though. You talk about that energy of flipping the switch, and yeah, I think you're definitely embodying what that looks like, what that means. And I only know this because I feel like I've recently flipped my switch this during quarantine as well. So I recognize the game, and I see you doing your thing, man. So
you too.
Keep going. Yeah, I'm trying, man. I don't want to be too insensitive to any folks out there, but you brought up mental health. Is there anything you would kind of like self-diagnose yourself with? You know how like some people are like, oh, I have ADD, or I'm a little bipolar, or I'm a little OCD. Is there anything for you that you're like, oh, I'm a little...
I do have, oh man, I am kind of bipolar, actually. There are times where, of course, people think I'm an extrovert. I sometimes see me as an introvert. Sometimes I'll just be like I could be at a party. Like, I'm more like an introvert now than an extrovert. Before I was extrovert, but now, like, when I go to parties, I'm mostly like just chilling in a corner, just eating my food, eating my fried rice and adobo. But I'm still an extrovert, but with me, it's more like I kind of like taking it all in. That's kind of like the one thing a lot of my family members actually were worried about, especially when I was at parties, because they're just like, oh, he's not talking. He's just on his own. And I tell everybody, it's just like, it's more towards, I'm just embracing it all. I'm just embracing that I'm with family right now. I'm embracing that I'm with good people around me that is willing to support me. And I tell them, like, you even checking on me, it doesn't even matter if it's a text, a call. Just you doing that means the most to me, because you're putting in effort. Yeah. And with me, yeah, I can say I'm kind of bipolar, because there are times where I'm just like hella happy some days, and some I'm just like, I just want to just chill in the corner. I just want to just do my own thing,
No doubt, man. No doubt. Well, thank you for sharing. We have made it to the concluding portion of the podcast, and that means I only have a few more questions for you. But before we get there, I'm trying out this new thing. I'm hoping maybe you'd like to participate. If you don't, it's all good. But I want you to come up with a mantra that you're going to come up on this show right now, and it's a fill in the blank. It's I am, I can, I will. So I can blank, I am blank, I can blank, I will blank. So what would you say? How would you fill in that phrase? I am, I can, I will.
All right. Yeah. I think I got it. I would say I am my brother's living legacy. I can achieve all things with all the blessings that I have right now, and I will graduate with my psychology degree.
That's dope, man.
Or my brother.
For sure. All right, and made it to the concluding portion. This next question is from my previous guest, and shout out to Mr. Doug Crow out there.
Yes, sir, shout out.
His question for you is: at some point in your life, you had a really big dream, idea, or goal, and it was set aside. And if you had a big dream or goal, why aren't you working on it right now?
Okay, so I know a big dream of mine back in the day was to actually being real. Like, I was really, really quiet as a kid. Was even putting myself out there. You know, like, I never really had self-confidence. I was more of the individual that once you start talking to me, you know, like, I'll start opening up like crazy. And like the big dream was, you know, just even do something like this, you know, especially like really is to do something like this, you know, something that, you know, just to talk on like just a public setting, you know, on a podcast, you know, something little. What am I doing to like work on that? You know, just trying to talk to people, you know, especially with my brother's story, you know, like I didn't really touch on it, you know, as much as, you know, how crazy it is. Just to get that out there, and just have a platform that I can speak of. But also it can be my friends, it can be peers, just to show them like, yeah, you know, like, I love my brother. This is his story, you know, and I'm his living legacy is something that I truly want to do.
I feel that. You know, if you ever do need help, like, I know we couldn't get to your brother's story. Like you said, it's there's a lot more to it. So if you ever need help kind of setting up something where you do say it and you need it to be recorded, I can be the cameraman if anything, and, you know, set it up so you could do that. But we'll talk about that later on. My next question for you is, what would you like to ask the next guest that comes on to 34 questions?
Oh, okay.
You can go heavy or light. It's up to you.
Oh, big questions. All right. I would say, how do you feel about overall your whole entire life? Your whole entire life. It can be your challenges. It can be, you know, your upbringings, like achievements. Do you feel like you can do better?
Oh, okay.
And was it, how can you do it? How can you do it even if it's small goals? Or, you know, just to lower it down, like make it think, what would you change about yourself?
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. What would you change about yourself?
That's a heavy one. I'm curious, man, who's gonna get stuck with this question. Definitely interested to find out the person's answer. For sure. And my last question for you, man, the one that ties everything together, 500 years from now, your great grandkids and descendants are watching this video, what would you say to them?
What would I say to them? What would I say to them? Like, as like for me, like coming from me, I'm just gonna like the one thing I want people to know is that I'm just a regular individual that is willing to put in the work to achieve, whatever he would want to do. But also a loving individual who's willing to just be there for as a friend, a support system, and somebody who just wants to see you, be the best version of yourself. It doesn't matter if it's mentally or physically. I want to be the one to just be there and just give you that, extra push. And that's like one thing I would love to tell like my grandkids, especially.
No doubt. Any last things you want to throw out there? Any shout outs? Any, catch me here, catch me there? It's up to you. But
So, all right. So once again, my name is Maithan Saludo. I'm 24 years old. I'm in CSU East Bay, pioneer. And I'm aspiring to get my degree in psychology, my bachelor's degree in that behalf of my beautiful brother right here. For shout outs, I want to just shout out everybody who watches this, even to the end, even if you skip through it, and just for the shout outs, I appreciate that. I really am blessed to have this platform. I'm blessed for all my cousins, all my cousins, but everybody who got me to the point where I can personally say that I'm the best version of myself, whether it's mentally or I don't even know physically, but we're working on that right now. We're working on that. But at the end of the day, I'm just thankful, for them. But most importantly, and I'll end it here, I just want to thank my parents, and if they're watching this, I know my mom just called me, but I love you, Mom. I love you, Dad. You guys really, truly helped me so much, like in my life, and especially for my brother. You gave him a good life. And you guys already know like how much I really want this, especially for my loving brother. I just want to see you guys happy, but also your dream was to see me and my brother graduate, and I can just picture, me and him just doing it together, and it just being me. That's something I want, to you guys to say like, he did it. He really did it through the time of adversity and through depression and solitude. He became the best version of himself. And that's something I really want. And I love you, Mom and Dad. Thank you for you guys. I love you guys. I know you guys are back from the gym, but it's whatever. I didn't go because I had school. So we chilling.
No doubt, man. No doubt. Mm-hmm. I want to, it sounds like you in the cocoon, man. You in the cocoon, ready to turn into that butterfly, make that metamorphosis. But
yes, sir.
Yeah. I want to thank all the folks out there for checking out the episode. If you're listening or you're watching, definitely appreciate your time and interest as well. Shout out to Maithan, man. Thank you for swinging by, sharing your story. Big ups to your folks, to your family, to your bro. And
definitely.
Yeah, man. Remember to reach out, reach forward. As always, much love, and we'll catch you guys next time on 34 Questions.